put it on. So, good afternoon. This is Christopher Joseph Watson II, and you are tuning into A Victorious Life, Journey to My Wealthy Season. And I am sitting here with the editor of my books. Her name is Victoria Hall. Say hello, Victoria.
Hello. Hello, everyone in YouTube land.
So, this is for the Facebookers and the Instagrammers, Victoria. So, guys, we're going to take just a few moments here because I got some haircuts to do, and Victoria needs to be on her way with her lovely family. And I'm just going to ask her a few questions about my book. I guess the first question, Victoria, is what did you think about the book?
What did I think about the book? Okay. One word, obviously, was racy. But racy in a way that a lot of people today, I think, we're so stuck on opinions that there are facts. And I think your truth is racy because you exploit yourself in a truthful way, and I think that you bore your soul in this book, and I think that's what makes it so great. I think when I read it, I feel like I got a hold of someone's diary, in their room, and without them knowing, I'm reading through their deepest, darkest thoughts, and those were your deepest, darkest thoughts that made it that much more intriguing. And it had of course it's funny because I know you, and it's just like you're talking to me. I think a lot of authors, they use a lot of big words and they can be very confusing, but you definitely, it's like you're talking, and I think that's what makes it like a diary.
So, Victoria, as a Christian, were you offended by what you read?
Absolutely not. I think that just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean that I don't allow people in my world to swear or talk about the sinful things of life and what tempts us and sinful things. And I think that if you're offended, you're just a closed-minded person. I think that you fear a lot of things in life. I don't feel like this book was fearful in any way.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So, guys, she edited the first book. She was the actual first purchaser of my very first book, Cloaked in Occult, The Church of Divination. So, Victoria, I would ask, what is the comparisons or the contrast between the first and second book?
Well, the first book was basically a single event in your life, and it was very truthful, just like the first one, but it wasn't as racy. It was racy in that you're using real pictures, you're using real names of these people who, in a way, to me, that wronged you. They were supposed to be of this church and of this faith, and they brought you in, and then they kind of indoctrinated you, which I think a lot of churches can do. That's why a lot of people today have a really warped sense of religion because of the bad, weird people that run these churches, and that's exactly your experience. And I think, as compared to the other book, the second book that are 3 volumes, I think it's much more racy in what God does for you, how He communicates, how you communicate, and you assimilate that with a sexual experience, and I think that makes it that much more real, as most people only think about what you wrote.
Wow.
So it was like a fantasy, and I like that.
Wow. That's pretty cool. I very much appreciate what you have done, Victoria. I love you very much. I very much appreciate it. I very, very, very much appreciate it. Guys, this is possibly my number 1 fan. There's probably a battle going on mentally or spiritually between her and my big mama, but I think Victoria is my number 1 fan. I do appreciate what she has done.
Aww.
She is an awesome woman of God. She has a very beautiful family, a son named Abel who is very energetic and very outspoken. He's something. And a great, great husband, a man that backs her and follows her. He is a mighty man of valor. He's super cool. So, Victoria, I am so in awe that I actually have gotten you set down. She's such a busy woman. She's so hard to catch up with. So you're just finishing up the last portions of the last book, and I noticed where you marked the book, and you've run into the part where I talked about a lot of my customers. What have you picked up from that?
I think that the people that you've encountered when they sit in your chair, I think it's a great addition to the book. However, I think that maybe that should be another book because you're running away from the theme. I think that what you're talking about as far as with your customers and how God has touched you and how you're able to minister to these people once they sit in your chair, I think that it's good. It definitely has its own message, but I don't know if it's the message that really tones with the book. But obviously you're the author, and I'm just there to kind of do a lot of correcting and spelling, and so it's your idea. I can't take that from you.
Well, I don't know what the title will be to the spinoff for that, but I am going to work on that. I'm going to pray about that. And as I pray, I would ask that you guys will pray. So once again, that was Victoria Hall, the editor of my book. My name is Christopher Joseph Watson II, and you have been tuning into A Victorious Life, Journey to My Wealthy Seat. Love you. Bye-bye.